myself Nisha Ingle. I'm the Manager Operations here in UK. Today we are going to have a webinar on by Queen's University Belfast. The webinar will be presented by Mr. Aditya Bayan and Mr. Ashish Vats. Mr. Ashish Vats is a Regional Manager of South Asia and Mr. Aditya Bayan is a Student Outreach and Partnership Manager South Asia. So today they are going to discuss about Queen's University Belfast, university ranking, locations, popular programs, entry requirements, scholarships, internships or placement opportunity, student services, facilities offered by universities, and of course if there are any COVID-19 updates they will share with us. So over to you, Mr. Ashish.
Thank you so much, Nisha, for the quite kind introduction for the team. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashish Vats, Regional Manager, Queen's University Belfast, South Asia. And I would really like to thank Ketan, Nisha, Arjun, Tausif, everyone to organize and arrange this session, which would allow us to disseminate the vital information which you could be looking forward to send the students to Queen's University Belfast. You may have some applications and students already. All right. So today, we would be providing you all the information what it takes to be there at Queen's University Belfast, why someone should choose Queen's University Belfast, the scholarships. You're talking about entry requirements, and more. More specifically, I would say why we are, why we have an edge, comparing with the rest of the UK. So this is something which is important, and when we are talking about these challenging times, this is the edge we are talking about. What we have done differently than some other places, to take care of our students, existing students, and also to make measures to look after our coming intake students as well. Sorry, and welcoming those students to Queen's University Belfast. And I would really encourage you all after the session to please ask jot down all your questions and to ask your questions after the session. Myself and Aditya and Qulture, we all will try to help you out with all the queries you may have, and to encourage you to come to this beautiful place and the world, one of the world's top ranked universities. Now over to you, Aditya. Please go ahead.
Guys, thank you so much. First of all, I'd like to thank the whole KC team and the key partners who are present here. Thank you so much for coming. Just want to ensure one thing: is my presentation visible to all? Can you see all? Can all of you see the beautiful Lanyon building?
Yep.
Yes, we can see that.
Okay, great, sure. So this, as you can see, this is the famous Lanyon building, one of the most prominent site in terms of tourism, and which actually symbolizes the strength of education in UK. That's actually the doorway of Queen's University Belfast. The famous red brick building, pure British architecture. Just to let you know, this building is actually more than 200 years old. So that's actually shows our legacy. Queen's has been a part of Russell Group, which is like group of top 24 research intensive universities. And if I talk about our heritage, then we are more than 170 years old. Now, with that said, I'll start the presentation for today. So just a disclaimer here. During our test run, we have seen that the audio is not clear. So I'll be going through the whole video. Maybe let's say a slight audio music will be there, but I'll be telling you side by side what's what. So here we go. So that's Belfast. According to Lonely Planet, Belfast stands on #1 across the whole world in terms of tourism and culture. There's the famous city museum we have, Titanic Museum. Belfast is the birthplace of Titanic. it's also the birthplace of Game of Thrones as well. So 80% of Game of Thrones that was actually shot in Belfast. So all the Netflix fans can enjoy this video, by the way. Pure British alchemy. Here's the Lanyon building. So it has the world's oldest distillery as well. So if somebody's fan of Guinness beer, so in terms of food, it's actually counted among the top world cities across the world. So you can get a pure international culture, whether it's China, all across South Asia, Middle East, US, UK, Europe. Everybody can come. So it's just 90 minutes away from Dublin. You can either choose a tram or a car. There's the famous dark edges. There's a Causeway Coast. So Causeway Coast as well as Belfast combined, they stand on number one all across the world in terms of tourism. Hope you like the video. And this presentation we are actually going to share with the whole KC team. So whenever you require this, you can get in touch with the KC team and have it with you for the promotion. Now, coming back to the Lanyon building again. So this is our timeline. Four prime things that we'd like to share here. When we are found 1845. Now, as how old we are actually the 9th oldest university in the whole UK, and as I've mentioned, we are part of the Russell Group. So it's actually a group of top 24 research intensive universities. So just to let you know, guys, in terms of research excellence framework, we are just one step back from Oxford. So the third last one out here, you can see just like there's a slight problem in the numbers here. So on number 6 is University of Oxford, and here we are on number 8. So we are just one step back, as I've mentioned, in terms of research intensity in research excellence framework. That's REF. So that's how solid we are in terms of research. Now, coming on to the prime academics, 3 faculties we have. AHSS, that's what we call Arts, Humanities and Social Science. Second one is Engineering and Physical Sciences, EPS. And third is Medicine, Health and Life Sciences, MHLS. So going for the schools, so maybe if you want, you guys can take a screenshot of this. So this actually includes pretty much all the schools that we have. I'll talk about the most prominent ones here. So for AHSS, we have got Queen's Management School, where coming on, if I slightly give you a glance about the January intake. So we have got pretty much more like most of the important courses from Queen's Management School for January intake. EPS, just giving you a brief, that 70% of the students across South Asia, they go to our engineering and physical science faculty, thanks to the interest shown by the South Asian students for engineering and medicine, health and life sciences. So we actually stand among the top 5 universities in providing medicine and dentistry degree. I think 1 or 2, that's the ranking for us. So we have got bachelor's and master's related courses in all across the 3 faculties. Now, how far we are from the mainland London? So we are just 1 hour away from London. We have got 2 airports: Belfast International Airport and George Brown Airport. So and again, flights are really economical. So anywhere across the whole UK, you can actually reach within 1 hour or so. Now, Coming back to the Titanic Museum, as you might have also seen in the video. So it's actually the birthplace of Titanic. So out here you can see all these four vertices. They actually they are I would say identically same of which you can say it was the front part of Titanic, the real Titanic. So dimensions are more or less the same. Game of Thrones, again, all the Netflix fan has it's like an amazing place for you, where actually for rejuvenating in real with the Game of Thrones. So out there, whenever you want to relive those moments, and that too in real, not virtual, then on that note, Belfast is actually the best place for you. The Giant Causeway Coast, a very, very strong place to be. So one side is Scotland, second side is Northern Ireland. I would literally motivate everyone here. I'll inspire everyone to go for to check out the tales which are actually related with the Giant Causeway Coast. So it'll be a very interesting thing to read on Google. Now, the famous city museum that we have, so in the city center, again, just like the Lanyon Building, it's also one of the prominent site for Belfast. Two most important things: how we actually stand apart from rest of the cities across the whole UK. First one is the safety. As in South Asia, we are more or less concerned about their, let's say, our siblings' security, or our son or daughter's security. So on that note, according to UN crime stats, we stand on number 2 in terms of safety. Now, if I talk about, let's say, the cost of accommodation, then cost of accommodation, it's actually Belfast. If I tell you an insight, then it's actually the most affordable place to stay in the whole UK. And the cost of accommodation in Belfast is just £500 to £600 per month. This pretty much includes your accommodation, transportation, your Wi-Fi, as well as heating systems. Now, Belfast, it's the top view of Belfast. Out here you can see how well organized the whole city is and how beautiful it is. Very clear, I would say. Now, out here you can see why Queen's University Belfast. So these are the 4 prominent points we have. So I'll just give you a slight glance over the employability. So 94.1% of our students, when they actually complete their degrees from Queen's, so within 6 months of completing their degree, either they get employed, or they get so much fascinated from Queen's that they even come back and continue their further education. Rankings and employability, as we have mentioned, we are a very highly ranked university all across the world, and member of the prestigious Russell Group. Research intensity we have already covered, and employability, that's what I have recently mentioned. So it's 94.1 to be exact. That's the employability of students getting the job here. So we are formally, informally, as well as with our widespread contacts all across the industry, we are helping the students for being employed in UK. So out here, the industry linkages, you can see just through the logos, we are working with Goldman Sachs, we are working with MetLife, we are working with Barclays if you are a football fan, we are working with KPMG, Deloitte, whether if you are interested in some business related course, or for that matter finance or accounting related course, that so you name it, and we have that industry linkage, as well as we have the exact course for you. Now, moving on to the faculties, so 350 million we have invested for the research. Coming on to the top PG courses, maybe this slide would be the most important slide for you. So you can take a screenshot of this. So out here, whether it's Arts, Humanities, HSS, EPS, or MHLS, these are the most lucrative and I would say easy to recruit programs presented by Queen's for students. Just a disclaimer here, for all the engineering and physical science courses which are mentioned here, all the courses are coming up with the internship. Just for the January intake, for the construction project management, we have of the seats available. With the internship, we might not be able to provide the seats for construction project management. Rest, for all internship courses for the January intake. The seats are available. Now, coming on to the entry requirements. So I'll just open up the entry requirements for you. Maybe you can quickly take a screenshot for that. So 2:1 and 2:2. I'm just covering it in a I would say in a top-notch manner. So very high level we'll talk about this. So UK upper second class honors. So that is 2:1. In general, I'm talking. So that is you can say the first class or first division if you are from a very reputed university, and 2:2. That means in general that's like a second class or second division degree. So that's like basically what we want. So it varies from university to university, and then even from college to college as well. Now coming on to the PG courses. So so the PG scholarships, if I go through, then we have got primarily currently we have got 3 scholarships for the students. First is International Office Scholarship, which varies from £2,000 to £3,000 depending on the course fee. We provide the scholarship, and this we are actually providing to the meritorious students in general. What our target will be to actually maximize the reach of the scholarship to let's say pretty much all number of students, because what we try is whosoever is from our geography, we try to provide the scholarship to those. And now coming on to the Vice Chancellor's Attainment Scholarship, unfortunately for this year, for September intake, it was 15th of May. That was the last date for the application of the scholarship. So this Vice Chancellor Scholarship is actually a fully funded scholarship in which a student has to make a 2-minute video addressing their achievements, as well as how they are going to give back to the society, how Queen's University Belfast is going to revolutionize their life, and how they are going to revolutionize the society and people around them with the degree that they are going to hold, as well as with the help of the Vice Chancellor Attainment Scholarship. Compile it in 2 minutes. If that clicks with our honorable Vice Chancellor, there's I would say there's still a very good probability that you'll get that scholarship. Early bird reward, that's I would say this is a reward which is actually omnipresent for pretty much all the courses. That is a 10% discount if you pay the whole 1-year tuition fee before a specific date. Now if you want to note it down, so the specific date, if you pay the whole 1-year tuition fee, keeping let's say keeping this 2,000 or 3,000 pounds with yourself, if you get the International Office Scholarship mail, as well as keeping the 10% on the gross fee, that thing you can keep with yourself and pay the leftover money from the gross fee. And you paid for this September intake. I think it's 15th of September, and for the January intake the date is 30th of November. So that's the deadline before you have to make, I would say the leftover amount, cutting down the International Office Scholarship you're going to receive, as well as the 10% that you can cut and pay the leftover. Now the UG courses, maybe again you can make a screenshot of that. So the UG courses we have got out here, you can see we have got bachelors in law, economics, English, actuarial science, business management, you name it, and we have the exact course for you. And the best part about the UG courses, as far as for Queen's University Belfast is concerned, so if any student has passed or missed the deadline for UCAS, still that student has the hope, and they can always reach out to the KC team, and obviously to the key partners as well, and reach out to them. We can provide a form, that is using pen and paper. You can apply for the UG course even if you are interested for the September intake as well. So the applications are still on. Now coming on to the EPS, so we out here you can see all different types of BScs and Bachelors of Engineering courses are available. You name the stream and we have those courses, whether it's for computer science, aerospace, mechanical, civil, we have that course, the exact course for you. Medicine, health and life sciences, we have got pharmaceutical science, medicine, dentistry. Just my strong recommendation would be, if you just see on the top right out here, just next to our Queen's logo, that's our website qub.ac.uk. I'll strongly recommend that go for these courses, check out our ranking, check out the course fee and all. we are actually the most affordable Russell Group university across across those top 24 research intensive universities you may find. Now, UG entry requirements. So the UG entry requirements, you can give a check, and rest assured, you can always go to the Queen's website for the exact course and the exact requirements. Still, if there's a slight flexibility can be provided from the Queen side. So on that note, you can always send the profile. We'll make a proper analysis of the whole profile, and definitely will come up with a red or a green signal for the profile. Now, Queen's University Belfast scholarships. So out there, Queen's University Belfast, I would say more or less a similar type of scholarships are available for the UG for the UG courses as well. Just for the international office scholarship, the minima in PG becomes £2,000, but the minima for UG it's £2,500. So by the way, the international office scholarship, irrespective of the course, whether it's PG or UG or postgraduate research program, it's only for the first year, as well as the early bird reward is also available for the first year. Vice Chancellor scholarship, it's available for UG, it covers 4 years tuition fee, and for PG it covers 2 to 3 years tuition fee. Now, coming on to the scholarships once again, so the scenario will remain the same. So £2,500 to £3,000 for the international office scholarship for the students for UG, and 10% discount as an early bird reward. The Vice Chancellor scholarship, again the scenario will remain the same. Make a 2-minute video following on the same constraint that I've mentioned earlier, and if that link clicks, you get the Vice Chancellor scholarship. But yeah, just one disclaimer for the Vice Chancellor scholarship: the seats are only 2 for all across international students. That's for India specific scholarship we have. That is, there are actually 50 schools all across India, and we have got 15 scholarships. So we can actually provide a £7,500 scholarship with our selected schools. So if you're interested, and if you have got great contacts for the top-notch schools across India, you can always you can always get in touch with us, and we can provide you whether that scholarship is available for the school or not. Now, English language requirements. So just to while going through this, I like to mention 2-3 things as well. Now, Queen's has started accepting the very modern English proficiency exams as well. If I talk about the Duolingo exam, we are accepting that. If you talk about the IELTS indicator, we are accepting that. And we accept the most popular ones, which has always been there, whether it's IELTS, TOEFL, PT. We are accepting those English proficiency exams as well. If a student secures more than 70% marks in 10+2 and is from the national board CBSE, so we can waive off the IELTS requirement. And even a student has completed their 12th standard from ISC, still the same thing is there. And the best part about us is that we have also started accepting if a student has secured more than 70% marks in 12th standard from the 5 boards mentioned in the bottom: Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal. So we basically waive off the IELTS requirement for these 5 state boards as well. So on that note, I'll say at this point in time, it will be really helpful for the students if they secure more than 70% marks. We can straight up waive off the IELTS. Now, the main campus, you can give a check on that. It's just the top view. So we are a city come campus based university. So so this is a very unique advantage, you can say, we have for in Belfast. Now, coming on to whichever, you can see all the buildings, these are more or less actually owned by Queen's. Just a second, I just missed a video. So here's a video here. That's the top view of Lanian's building. Our medical biology center, Center for Cancer Research.
Aditya sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please tell me.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I can still see the main campus map slide. So I
Okay.
guess because your video is on, so if you
Okay.
can, yeah, maybe because of that issue.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'll just start my screen share again. Just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is the video visible currently?
No, no,
Okay. Still not visible. Just give me a second, please.
I can't see
That's quite
any.
strange. Okay. Just a second, please.
Sir, I would request you to just turn off your video option because of that also we like
Okay.
we find difficulty. Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. Now, is it fine now? I'll just start my screen share again.
Okay.
Just give me a second, please.
Okay, that's fine, Aditya. I think there's
Yeah.
some technical glitch. So let me ask
Yeah.
Pavitra to cover the rest of the slides. If that
Yeah.
would be okay, yeah? Pavitra, are you
That will
there?
be a little difficult because I'm
Okay,
actually going through. Yeah.
okay, no worries, no worries, no worries. Then carry on. Yeah.
Now
Please,
I can see the screen. Yes,
the
when
screen is there.
Exactly.
yeah.
Probably you can do
Exactly.
one thing. You can switch off your video. Probably might help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done that. I've done that.
All right. Okay. Sure.
So, is the video visible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. 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 So that's the Queen's Landing building, Microbiology Center. That's the actual building we have. That's our Queen's accommodation. So hope this was visible to all. Now, everyone can see our beautiful library, right? If I can get a yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, great. So out here you can see that's actually the #1 library in UK. It's actually designed by the Harvard architects. So the same scenario, whichever you or whatever you're going to get in Harvard, the similar library will actually be utilized by the Queen students. Now, Queen's Graduate School. So once Ms. Pavitra will be telling you about the employability program. So we are basically going to cover up about this graduate school as well, and how strong we are and what we have actually came up that other universities are not doing. So that's the video for our Queen's Management School. So second, please. I'll start this video. Guys, do let me know if this video is audible. It's visible to all, right?
It is visible.
So just to give you an insight, in 2016 there was actually a survey between all the management schools across the whole Russell Group, and we actually stood on number one in that comparison. And now, if I talk about the accommodations, as I very well mentioned, that it's actually the most affordable place to stay in the whole UK. And even if I talk about Queen's Dorms, then we are among the top 10 accommodation providers across the whole UK. And the accommodations are really amazing. We actually provide accommodation according to the nature of students. So you can actually choose a city-centric accommodation, or you can choose an accommodation which is more inclined towards the silent area of the city. So depending on your nature, you can choose the accommodation. Now, if I talk about, let's say, more or less, if I talk about the prices, then the pricing is actually ranges from 75 pounds to 124, and we provide 100% accommodation guarantee to the first year international students for the accommodation. That's another video for our accommodation.
The video is stuck. I can't see.
Aditya, video is stuck.
Okay, the video froze, is it?
Yeah, it's just stuck. I think so. You have to change the slide.
Yeah.
Pranav, can you?
Yeah. Is it visible now?
No, not yet.
Now is
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yeah, it is fine now.
So that's for our accommodation. Now, the physical education center we have, so we have got pretty much everything you just named that sport. We have the hobby club for that. We have a proper student group, and we have the proper facilities and structures for you to, whether it's you want to go for indoor sports or for outdoor. We have the exact structures for you. Now, out here, as I've mentioned, we have got more than 200 student societies. You name the game or hobby, we have that student society for you. Now, these are our out here you can see the student committee, and so we have got actually a blend of students all across the world. So that's why we are saying that whenever you go to Queens, you'll get a pure international culture. So on that note, we have got the students ambassadors from various geographies. Now, how and what we are doing, so you just name it and we have that kind of cultural society. So whether it's a cooking session or Christmas party, Halloween welcome party, or CV workshops, international students day. So as out here you can see, it's like it's kind of a whole year celebration for to basically satisfy or to make it appropriate, make it appropriate for all the different cultures who are coming to Queens. Now, talking about culture, out here we have Cultural Shock, where you can actually represent your culture in front of your fellow colleagues. Now, South Asia, talking about South Asia, so you can see on the top left. So our students from South Asia are representing our culture as well out there. Now, there are actually numerous Indian restaurant present there. So you'll never ever feel homesick there. In South Asian society, where students, they actually celebrate all the South Asian all the South Asian festivals together. So on that note, it's like a really good community you can actually make out there in terms of our South Asian geography. Now, if I talk about, let's say, what after reaching the university, so on that note, we have got ACL, that's alternative collection location, which you can which you can give a check. So all these things will actually be covered in the pre-departure sessions. So when students will be interacting with us, and then we'll be dictating how to go about in all the further steps once they'll reach to Queens. Now, coming on to another video, guys, let me know, please. Please stop me if this thing goes for a halt.
Hello, sir.
Aditya, the video is stuck.
Sir, I think there is an issue with this thing. If we place video, system is not allowing to run the complete video in one go. So I think we should skip the video. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. So guys, that's all for the you. Now I'll hand this over hand over command to Ms. Pavitra. She'll cover the USPs as well as she'll be able to attend most of the questions. And out here we have Mr. Ashish, me, and Pavitra to answer all the questions. So Pavitra, over to you.
Thank you, Aditya. Hi guys, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna not turn off my video because there are quite a lot of internet fluctuations happening over here. So I'm just gonna turn my video off. But my name is Pavitra. I'm a student recruitment manager for India. So Aditya has covered almost majority of the USPs. But however, I just wanted to give you a better clarity on the tuition fee and the scholarship which we offer. The second thing is that I also wanted to give you a clarity on certain programs, especially with the Queen's Management School, just to give you a difference between certain programs and the subject-specific entry requirement.
Pavitra ma'am, do you want me to make you presenter? Are you going to share your screen?
I am not going to share my screen, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far we've spoken about the overall about the university, what we are doing, what we are offering and all. But I'm just going to give you an update. First, let me talk about the tuition fee. So for the tuition fee is divided into three types: classroom-based, laboratory-based, and Queen's Management School. Okay. Classroom-based are the programs which is like construction project management, LLM international business, English literature. So all of this program is our classroom-based programs, and there are the tuition fee for the same is £16,900. Okay. All the laboratory-based programs like aerospace engineering, mechanical, electronics, material science, all of them is costing £20,800. Okay. The scholarship awarded for these particular two programs is like 2,000 scholarship will be awarded if the tuition fee is 16,900, and 3,000 scholarship would be awarded to the students who's for the lab based, which is like 20,800 pounds. Okay, and addition to it, the students also will get an additional 10% discount, provided if they make the full tuition fee. The deadline for the same is 15th of September. If they wanted to, if they starting their program in September, and it is 30th of November if they're starting their program in January. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example how it works. So 20,800 is the tuition fee of the student. 3,000 scholarship will be awarded to the students, and additional 10% discount if they make the full tuition fee before the deadline. Either it can be 15th September or 30th Jan, depends on the commencement of the course date, start date, which is like 20,800. So the remaining 15,720 is what the student required to pay when they are planning to make the full tuition fee. Okay, so at this point of time, talking about the School of Management, which is again, we offer MSc Accounting and Finance, MSc Finance, Quantitative Finance. We offer Marketing, International Business and Management. I would like to interrupt here and just give you a brief understanding about the difference between MSc Management and International Business. So MSc Management is for the student who do not have a relevant discipline. The student can be from any discipline. They can be from mechanical, aerospace, material science, whatever they wanted. They can be have done their bachelor's in engineering and they wanted to switch over to business. Then please suggest them MSc Management. Student who have a relevant discipline, then please suggest them MSc International Business like BBA, BCom, BBM. All of those students, please suggest them the MSc in International Business. Okay, and for our MBA, we require work experience. We require around 3.5 years of managerial level of work experience. Even if the student has got 3 years of work experience, please put it across CV to us. We can double check with the faculties and then we can come back to them about, so that we can understand what level of, depends on the CV, we can understand what level of leadership skills he has, what are the clients he has dealt with. So based on that, we will be able to keep you posted whether we will be able to take the student for the MBA or not. And again, as a part of a MBA process, the student by default sit for an interview. So anyone who qualify for the MBA program, initially they'll be called in for an interview. So the interview will be taken by the course director for a duration of around like 30 to 45 minutes. And once the interview is done, the interview is basically based on the CV. So they might ask about the project he has dealt with, the client he has dealt with, and what are his learning, what are his understanding of the projects, how did he overcome situations. So it's more about the managerial level of it. So that will be taken care by the course director. Once the interview is done, then the offer will be released to the students. So that's how the process of MBA works. So that is more about MBA, and I wanted to cover about Belfast as a location. So Belfast is more of industrial and manufacturing location. Quite a lot of manufacturing industries are right in Belfast, and that is one of the reason, we have got we have done like 7 programs with internships, primarily focusing on these industries, because these are the industries where we have quite a lot of job markets. If you're talking about cybersecurity, we have applied cybersecurity with 1 year of industrial internships. So again, Northern Ireland is the hub for IT industries. Quite a lot of software engineering, and it's a #1 destination for new software development projects in Europe, according to the Financial Times. So the quite a lot of software companies are right in Belfast. Until we are also projecting there are around 5,000 jobs will be upcoming in 2022. So whatever the program which we offer is also accredited by National Center for Cybersecurity. So it is fully and a government communication headquarters. The program, whatever we teach them, is fully accredited. So that is an additional advantage. Anybody who wanted to, who has completed their computer science with a very good percentage of like 7 CGPA and above, and no backlogs in programming language, will be considered for this program. So, and talking about, I've got few questions also simultaneously right over here. So they asked how good the university for bachelor's of aerospace engineering. Yeah. So we offer bachelor's of aerospace engineering with 1 year of industrial internship, which is in the 3rd year. So if you're talking about the overall ranking for the employability, we are like top 17 in the UK according to the Complete University Guide. And again, the program is also accredited by Royal Aeronautical Society, which means we give them a fully accredited program, which is where the student can meet the requirement of the employability. Again, talking about aerospace, Northern Ireland is the Europe's 8th largest aerospace region in the revenue terms. So they produce around like 1.24 billion industries turnover happens within the Northern Ireland. And quite a lot of manufacturing companies like Bombardier, Airbus, Wrightbus, Caterpillar, all of them has got their manufacturing industry right in Belfast. 95% of the aeroplane seat is manufactured in Belfast. So that is one of the reasons we are very, very popular for material science, mechanical, aerospace engineering, electronics. So all of those programs are very popularly, very common because we have those industries are right across, and even they also fetch into our R&Ds. So that's where also our funding keeps coming in for the university. And this is what I wanted to cover. But however, there are multiple questions has been raised. So Nisha, would you like to go by questions?
Yes.
We
Yes,
would be
I
able to
read
answer
the question one by one, and then anybody out of you can answer the question. But before starting with the question and answer section, I would like to I would like attendees to rate this webinar and on a scale of 5. So once we're done with the rating, we will start with the question and answer session.
It's done from my end, Nisha.
Thank you. While giving rating, please avoid that technical issue or glitch that we had faced. Please don't rate on the basis of that issues. Anything, if you want to give the feedback, if you want any specific information, you can write in the question and answer session. We can get it sorted. And those who have not done rating, I would request each of you to rate the webinar. It's very important for us to just check if you like, or if you still have certain concern which you want to clarify. We are happy to answer your queries and concerns.
So I think Nisha, hello Nisha. I think that's there. I think anyone who wanted to do that, they have done this rating.
Okay.
Probably we can move on to the question and answer
Yes, yes, sir.
session.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of statistics have done that in the past.
Okay.
And right, so yeah, that's fine. If you want to carry on or you want to select the questions, because I can see in the chat box there are Q&A session. All right.
Yeah.
I think Pavitra has already covered the number one, which is like northern. There was one question from Vishal,
Correct.
yeah, which has already been covered about industry. All right. Let me switch on my camera. That's all right. And I'm just looking at what is going to happen. See, Brexit, I don't see there are any ramifications. Northern Ireland would remain part of UK. There would be more, UK is going to give a little bit flexibility. Any business or trade happening towards the borders from Northern Ireland and Ireland, that would remain the same because that is the bone of contention for that was one of the part of Brexit. And Brexit means more opportunities for Indians, as we could see earlier. UG medicine, I would request later on Pavitra to cover that. UG medicine and MBBS, tuition fees, everything. Cybersecurity has already been confirmed. Okay, can we remember now if the last date has been okay? Now there is one. Rashmi has asked if the last date has been gone. It is on case basis, Rashmi. If you have any student, please send an email to Casey, and then they will send it across to us. We will need to check when was the last date, and if there are still seats, so whether the faculty hub would, allow to make the payment to the student. All right, that's there. What percentage of international students secure placements under programs with placements? At QB, I think we probably didn't do some sort of kind of this analysis, but as far as we are concerned, and if especially I talk about the South Asian students, who've been applying for these internships, as long as the students are able to clear their exams, their assignments, they are getting the degrees, I would say it is more than 80% of the students they are getting it. All right, depending, but because we have had cases in the past as well, students, and there are certain students they have their personal problems as well, they want to come back. What's the TAT for the offer letter from QB? What I couldn't understand that from Vishal. All right, what are the guidelines?
Turnaround time.
Sorry.
It's turnaround time for the offer letters.
All right. See, we are not put in abbreviations. All right, Vishal. I request that. I mean, I'm kind of an old school guy. I would not understand this, but turnaround time depends on the course. Definitely, what course you applied for. Normally, when you're talking about Russell Group University, it is normally 2 to 4 weeks, I would say. All right. Self-quarantine, I would say any student coming and joining us for September intake, we have the quarantine facility available at the university campus. It would be free of cost for 14 days if for those students who would remain at the university accommodation. This 14 days facility, right? We do have this available for all international students. There is no problem, and within campus. How expensive or competitive the university accommodation? As Aditya has covered in the PPT, Belfast officially is the most affordable student city of UK. All right. When we're talking about most affordable, let me put some figures into it. Otherwise, it could be a vague statement. All right. When you are going to London, normally your living expenses are 14 to 1500 pounds a month. Someone coming to going to other cities like Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Cardiff, Newcastle, talking about all these other bigger cities, 1000 to 1200 pounds. When you're coming to our Belfast, your living expenses are approximately 600 pounds. All right, on an average. Yes, if you want to splurge the money, there's no limit. But even if conservatively you think you are going to save 4 to 5,000 pounds on living expenses, then compared to any other UK city. All right, and that we are talking about the university accommodation. So depending, even private accommodation you're talking about, it could be, normally it is cheaper, but depends where you are getting it. All right. My preference is I always suggest them to go for the university accommodation. What will be the delivery mode for fall intake, blended or on campus face to face? I would probably leave this or request Pavitra to answer this candidly. Pavitra?
Yes, Tash. So, in regards to the September intake, as Ashish covered that the quarantine process, and also as an university, we are taking whatever the necessary precaution as we can do at this point of time. So we've taken all the necessary precaution. We've been working for around 15 days. I remember Ashish was working with the international team with a set of questions to ensure the safety of the international students, because it is as an university responsible. So we've been ensuring as much as safety which will be given to the students. But however, in regards to the the classes, the mode of delivery, it's going to be for connected learning. So in a week, the students are entitled to take 20 hours of classes. So maximum number of classes, we are planning to do it on campus, delivered by the faculty. However, it is going to be divided into a smaller groups. So for instance, if a classroom size is of 60, then we are planning to divide it into a smaller groups. And if it is, they have a laboratory as a part of the program, then it's going to be even divided into a smaller group, maybe about 4 or 5 groups, and then the classes will be delivered. So at this point of time, Northern Ireland is back. Our schools has been open since 6th of July. All the malls are open. The shopping complex is open. So we do not have much of COVID cases also within the Northern Ireland. So it's one of the safest region across the United Kingdom when it comes to COVID. So hence, as an university, we are trying to maximize as much as possible to deliver on campus, rather than we are doing that would be online. Definitely there would be an online classes, but we're going to maximize as much as possible on campus.
Perfect, Pavitra. Thank you so much. That's insightful. And someone asked me, these videos available online. Yes, YouTube, everything. And I think you can get more videos than these as well. We've already covered the living cost and the funding. All right, and then start. Okay, what are
how much funds are required in the bank?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably, I think that would be the visa case. Probably we would be talking about the general. So it is all about, depending on your course, 1 year tuition fees plus living expenses, officially 9,135 pounds. All right. So that would be what you would be managing in your bank account. If a student has done Bachelor of Physiotherapy, we don't have any course in physiotherapy normally in masters. Okay, what are the options? Students with MA in English literature and also done B.Ed. Working as an assistant professor, also done 1 year English language for the European admissions. See, it depends. We need to check, about the documents when we are talking about IELTS waiver, and also about it is mix of say MA English, B.Ed as well, everything. Someone I think with this caliber would want to do a certain course in MA. In English, maybe creative writing, maybe we have literary studies as well, we have poetry as well. We need to see where the profile will get fitted, and accordingly we can advise. Probably you can share the documents, we will accordingly advise. All right. Diploma of civil after 10th and diploma is done. Bachelor's in civil with which scores 55, no less than 49. All right. See, depends. I would not say what are the options for civil engineering. It depends on the student's taste as well. We have construction project management. We have building and information modeling project management as well. So city planning and design. So we have certain courses. It would be interested to know what the student's interest area is. Right. Those construction project management 2 years option is not there. That still we have this 1 year option going on. Now the question from Vishal is again the interview for other programs as well besides MBA. See, MBA is ongoing. If there are applications, there might be certain interviews, but for other programs, we don't specifically have interviews. MBA is definitely. It depends on. Yes, further.
Master architecture, they might have an interview.
Depending, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not for every program. These are the programs.
Only these two programs has got specifically called in for an interview.
Yeah. So it was more of generic. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Living cost fund we already covered. Got the bachelor's in aerospace that Pavitra has covered. How many years engineering programs? It's 4 to 5 years. 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. All options are available. So sandwich program years when we are talking about. So you have first 2 years study, third year you are doing an internship, fourth year you come back and complete your studies. That is called BEng program, and then you have an option of MEng program as well, which is 5 years again, but that 1 year of placement or internship into that. Pavitra, probably you would like to cover this MBBS UG admission.
Sure.
Yeah, so that would be useful. So if you can cover it now, so there is a second question now.
No problem. So in regards to medicine, the deadline usually remains 15th of October each year, irrespective of whatever maybe. But for medicines, you have to apply via a portal called UCAS. We do not accept any direct application. You can apply up to 4 university for medicine and 1 for biomedical science. So coming back with the entry requirement, so we accept state board as well. We accept CBSE, A levels, and IB. So in regards to CBSE and state board, we would require overall of 90% and 90 in biology and chemistry. And in regards to A levels, we need triple A, and in regards to IB, we need overall of 36, and biology and chemistry HL we need 6 minimum. It is mandatory. Adding on to it, the student has to take a UK CAT, which is like United Kingdom Clinical Aptitude Test. This is out of 3600. The normal, I would say the fair score would be 22 to 2300 out of 3600. And if any of your students ask how to prepare for UK CAT, just guide them that there is around like 2 to 3 volumes of books are available on Amazon, which will cost them 15 to 20 pounds, which consist of previous question banks, so where they can refer and they can prepare themselves. I've got also feedback from the student whomsoever is preparing for UK CAT will be able to clear their NEET as well. So it's one of the part of the program. And so that is about the UK CAT. So while you're submitting the application on which is like 15th of October, please make sure that you have a predicted score of 90 or 36. It depends on the board, and your UK CAT score and IELTS. If you're from state board or CBSE, please ensure you should have an IELTS of overall of 7.5 with no less than 6.5 in writing. So that is by default is required. So once you've submitted the application, you will receive an email from the university in December requesting for an interview. So interview it can happen anywhere. It can happen last year. It happened in Dubai, I believe. Yeah. So every year it changes. It can happen in Singapore, Abu Dhabi. So it entirely depends on the GMC. So every year the student needs to attend the interview in the respective destination where they have to travel in the month of 3rd week. Usually it happens in 3rd week of January, and by around like end of February to 1st week of March, we will announce the results based on their interview. So again, in the interview, what kind of questions they would have asked is like more about the first aids, how do they treat the patients, what are the questions they ask, they give you various scenario, and they would ask you how do you encounter or how do you treat this kind of a patient. So not really the students should have an experience, but then the students at least should have done some kind of an internship by shadowing the doctors. That's very, very important. At least they should have been around like 3 to 4 months. Every weekend they just suggest the students to, if they have their parents being a doctor, ask them to sit beside them to understand how do they treat the patients. So that's what more prominently the questions has been put up during the interview. And we have the highest number of seats any which way for the medicine program. I would highly recommend if you could guide the students with all their requirements, and they will be taking the UK CAT examination in British Council, so that the dates are available, one in July, September, and 3rd week of September, and one first week of October as well. They get their results then and there, and then they will be able to apply for the program. So this is more about the medicine at this point of time.
Very elaborative, Pavitra. So Nisha, if you want to pick up any particular question which we may not have answered as of now, rather than going one by one, I think we covered almost all the questions, but still, if there is something, please let us know so that we would be happy to cover those questions as well.
Okay. Sir, as I've checked, I guess we have covered almost all the questions. So, if guys, if you have more questions, please write here in the chat box. Those who have those questions, if they are not covered, we'll ask sir to answer your queries.
Yeah.
So, sir, we have one question. If the student has done bachelor's of physiotherapy in India, which course you would suggest her at Queen's University, Belfast?
We basically do not have any related to physiotherapy program at master's level. But however, you can ask the student to look into clinical anatomy. That is something relevant, but it is not exactly what, but it is relevant. So you can ask the student to go through the course content.
Yes.
And because it also deals with the entire body, like head, neck, brain, limbs, back. So you can ask the student to go through the course content, and if they find it okay, then you can ask them to apply for clinical anatomy. And this is running only in September. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the most relevant course we could provide. Else, for physiotherapy students, unfortunately, we don't have any course available at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
any other?
So yes, that's all. If you still have question, what you can do, you can write an email to us. We can get your queries answered. So I'll mention my email ID here. You can raise your questions by writing an email to me.
Right. That's great. That's great, Anisha. And I think that's from. I would really like to thank you everyone. All partners, associates who have joined from different cities for this session. And thanks to you, Nisha, as well as the whole team for arranging this session. We hope that it would have been useful and informative to the all the partners who have attended. And also we would be available, as you may be receiving all other questions also. Please let us know whatever it is. We would try to help. And it was great. And yes, thank you so much. I think Pavitra and Aditya as well. It has been really good, and I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this information which have been disseminated. Please feel free to get in contact with KCOCs for this. For any doubt you may have, or please, and I would suggest just go through from some of the videos also in order to connect, and also go visit the website also, please. That would be really useful.
Yes. Thank you so much, Aditya sir, Ashish sir, and Parvati ma'am. Thank you so much for your time, and it was really a very wonderful webinar and informative and quite detailed. And you have also answered all the questions well. So it is really helpful for all of us to recruit. It will help to recruit more students in the upcoming intake. Hopefully, we should be able to send our students in this September 2020 intake if everything turns up. Hoping for the best, and thank you so much for all your support. We'll definitely get back to you in case if we are planning to have some more session in the coming weeks.
Nisha, I'm sorry to interrupt in between.
I can't hear you.
In January, and what are the programs that are happening?
Sorry?
Can you hear me, Nisha?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I shared a link that gives you a better understanding of what are the programs are running in September, what are the programs are running in January, and what are the programs are running in September and January. So just kindly go through the link.
Sure.
And that gives a better understanding of what are the programs are running in January to start with the promotion.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.